Once there lived a young girl in a forgotten corner of a busy city. Her name was Mira. She was not born into wealth or comfort. Her father drove a rickshaw from morning till midnight just to put food on the table. Her mother stitched clothes for neighbors to earn a few extra coins. Their home was a single room with cracked walls and a roof that leaked every monsoon. Mira slept on a thin mat on the floor. Her clothes were old and faded. Her notebooks were filled with pages she had used on both sides to save money. But inside her chest beat a heart full of fire. She had a dream. A dream so big that even she was sometimes scared to speak it out loud. She wanted to become a doctor. Not just any doctor, but one who would serve people who could not afford treatment. She wanted to build a clinic where the poor could walk in without fear of being turned away. But every time Mira dared to share her dream with anyone, they shook their heads in disbelief. Her neighbors said, "A rickshaw driver's daughter becoming a doctor? That is impossible. You should learn tailoring like your mother and help your family." Her relatives said, "Why waste time on such foolish thoughts? Girls like you should focus on getting married and settling down." Even some of her classmates whispered behind her back, "She thinks she is special, but she will fail just like everyone else from her background." Their words were like stones thrown at her dream. Each word chipped away at her confidence. Each laugh made her question herself. Slowly, doubt began to creep into her mind like a silent thief. At night, she would lie awake and think, "What if they are right? What if I am just fooling myself? What if I am not smart enough, not strong enough, not worthy enough?" The doubt grew heavier every day. It sat on her shoulders like a weight she could not shake off. It whispered in her ear during exams. It made her hands tremble when she held her pen. It made her feel small and invisible. One evening, after a particularly hard day at school where her teacher had scolded her for a mistake, Mira sat alone on the steps of an old temple near her house. Tears rolled down her cheeks. She felt defeated. She felt like giving up. Just then, an elderly woman came and sat beside her. The woman had kind eyes and a gentle smile. She wore simple clothes and carried a walking stick. She looked at Mira and said, "Why do you cry, child?" Mira wiped her tears and said, "I have a dream, but everyone tells me it is impossible. They say I am not capable, and now I am starting to believe them. Maybe they are right. Maybe I should just give up." The old woman listened carefully. Then she reached into her bag and pulled out a small seed. She placed it in Mira's palm and said, "Tell me, what do you see?" Mira looked at the tiny seed and said, "It is just a seed." The woman smiled and said, "Yes, it is just a seed, small, fragile, easy to crush. But tell me, does this seed know it will become a tree? Does it doubt its future? Does it listen to the wind that says you are too small, or the rain that says you are too weak?" Mira shook her head slowly. The woman continued, "No, it does not. Because deep inside this tiny seed is written the blueprint of a mighty tree. It does not need permission from the soil. It does not need approval from the sky. It simply needs to be planted, watered, and given time. The seed does not doubt. It simply grows." She looked into Mira's eyes and said, "You are like this seed, my child. Inside you is everything you need to become what you dream of. But doubt is like a worm that eats the seed from inside. If you let doubt live in your heart, it will destroy you before you even begin to grow. You must learn the secret to overcoming doubt." Mira leaned forward with hope in her eyes and asked, "What is the secret?" The old woman said, "The secret is this. Doubt grows in darkness. It feeds on your fears, your loneliness, your silence. But the moment you bring it into the light, it begins to lose power. You must speak to your doubt. You must question it. You must challenge it with action." She continued, "When doubt says you are not smart enough, you must study one more hour and prove it wrong. When doubt says you are not strong enough, you must wake up one more day and keep walking. When doubt says you are not worthy, you must look in the mirror and remind yourself of every small victory you have ever won. Doubt is not your enemy, it is a test, and every time you act despite the doubt, you pass that test." Mira felt something shift inside her. The old woman stood up, touched Mira's head gently and said, "Remember, child, the world will always doubt you, but the real battle is won or lost inside your own mind. Protect your dream like a mother protects her child. Feed it with action, discipline, and faith, and one day you will stand tall like a tree and give shade to those who once doubted you.